Welcome to this Volkswagen Polo. I said it with a German accent. Volkswagen Polo. It's a 2016 with the 1.2 TSI engine, which would make it a very late version of the Mk5. So a little bit of history behind the Polo. It really started life as an Audi 50, which was Audi's first small compact car. And it was called a Polo Derby, and this came out in 1975, and that's where the Polo originates. Then in 81, which is, I think, is what most people know the Polo as, or where it originates from, and that's the kind of bread bin type Polo, which I think looks super cool. And they came out in 81. The Mark II, it was like a shrunk down estate car, which no one makes now, and I just loved it. Kind of reminds me of like the Clown Shoe Z3 in a way, like in an old, more square, boxy way. Now from that, the G40 Polo came out, which was the first like hot Polo, and I guess it was around the time the Mark II Golf was about, and like hot hatches had become a thing. 205 GTI was around, and they essentially supercharged the Polo. Really cool car, but it wasn't called a GTI. The GTI didn't come out until the Mark III, which was 1994. Anyway, skip a few years, you're here in 2016, and you've got the Mark V, the last edition of the Mark V, which started way back in 2009, and they had quite a major facelift to this one, because it was a lot more curvy, the original 2009 one. The Mark V was also based on the same platform as the Seat IB for Mark IV, and Audi's first compact since probably the Audi 50, and that was the Audi A1. So they're all very similar. Now this particular Polo is the 1.2 TSI Bluemotion. That's right, we've got the Bluemotion screen here, which I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in the menus. I mean, the infotainment, to be honest, isn't that bad, but we'll get onto that later. The engine is 1.2 TSI, which I think is the engine to have if you're not going to go for the GTI. I've tried the 1 litre, and the 1 litre is the same 1 litre that comes in my dad's Skoda Citigo, or the VW Up. And the problem with that is it works just about in the Citigo because it's a lot lighter, but it's just really underpowered in this. And then the 1.2 TSI I think is just perfect. It's got enough poke for around town. Because it's the Bluemotion, I mean, look, right now I'm just getting under 40 mpg, and I haven't been driving it like a priest, and I've just been doing around town. This is purely round town mileage, so I think that's a testament to how good it is on MPG. And you've still got 90 horsepower, and more importantly than 90 horsepower, it's got 160 newton meters of torque. Now I just want to put that in perspective a little bit. The EP3 Honda, you know, the flagship naturally aspirated 2 litre Honda, revs to 9,000 RPM, bit of an old school legend, that had 190 newton meters of torque. So and yes, it was very torqueless, but I just want to put some perspective on, like, it's the torque that makes this car feel nippy. It's not so much the 90 horsepower. Like, it really, there's a little bit turbo lag, but then look, 2.5 RPM and then it's off. And around town, I just never feel like I don't have enough power. The gearing's good as well. They are slightly long, the gears, so I don't know whether to be in 3rd or 4th when I'm cruising around at 30 miles an hour. It kind of really wants to sit in 3rd more than 4th, but that's okay. The gearbox, really nice throws. Yeah, just very slick. Nothing to complain about. I mean, just a really nice gearbox. Better than anything that BMW seemed to make, unfortunately. Is it as precise as something like a Mk5 or any Japanese brand, to be honest. Maybe not, but still really, really good gearbox. The steering, very light. I don't know if you can adjust the, I don't know if it's got like a city mode or not. But it's okay. It's very, you know what, to be honest, I can't really feel anything for it. It's a little washed out. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it's very great for around town, but to be perfectly honest, yeah, I can't really feel much for it. I'm definitely getting more feedback through my seat than I think I ever will. Power, there we go. Even traction control came up there. Up to speed. That's pretty impressive for an Econo box, essentially. I don't know, look, I'm not filming this with a microphone, so any audio quality is coming from that GoPro over there. And I think you can tell that it's refined. The ride quality, the MVH is really quite impressive. It's nice and quiet. There is a bit of tyre roar. That might be just because we're on these eco tyres that the Bluemotions come with. So we might be able to get slightly quieter tyres, but it's really quite impressive. And the seating position is nice. This armrest is a great option. I know this is an option and they don't all come with this, because this is a really nicely spec'd one. But yeah, it's really, oh no, I don't know how to get it back to where it was. There we go. Just on the engine again, when you do rev it, it's not a great sound. It doesn't make the nicest sound, but you can forgive it. It's not supposed to be sounding incredible, or if this was a performance version and it sounded this bad, I would be really disappointed. This, I can forgive it. Right now, stationary, I cannot hear or feel it. Okay, the reason I couldn't feel it is I forgot this has stop start, so yeah. The engine was off. But even when it's on, it's a really quite impressively smooth engine for a 4-pot. We'll keep the clutch in so it stays on. Yeah, I can barely feel that. And in traffic I can't hear anything, so yeah, engine's very impressive. I like the engine a lot. Now the ride quality, again, for a short wheelbase car, it's definitely very compliant. Not to the point where I feel it's wallowy. Not that I would want to take this on track, or yeah, it's no B road or A road blaster, but it does ride nicely and it's firm enough that I have confidence in the chassis. The steering, maybe not so much so, but the chassis does feel, you know, grippy. Yeah, the MVH on this car is really quite impressive. Seating position, again, as I say, comfortable. Pedals, really nice. I'm really nicely centered on the steering wheel. You can actually heel and toe this really nicely. Yeah, the pedal box is really nice. The only thing, and it's definitely like a software thing, the throttle pedal doesn't seem to exactly correlate with the motion of my foot, if that makes any sense. Like, the same input, depending on the rev range, has a different effect on how much it revs. It's not exactly linear, which is a bit weird. Again, I can forgive it because it's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to drive this fast, you're supposed to go get your shopping. But that is a bit disconcerting. Anyway, what was it saying? Seating position really good, steering wheel really nice. It's got hand controls which are confusing. You know what? Like, not really well laid out, but you know, you'll get used to them and it'll be fine. And it's nice that they're there. This one's leather, which is quite nice. It actually feels good in your hand. So it's got good seating position. I like the material. The material feels sturdy and it's firm. It's not like an old Renault where you almost sink into them. Like you have a bad back, so you have to sleep on a hard mattress. That's the type of firm it is, but in a good way. I kind of like a firm mattress. So, and this armrest, again, it's an option, but definitely try and find one with the armrest, because it's so nice with the armrest. I could see myself doing a long journey in this, to be honest, or just around town, quite stress-free. Like I'm just like so chill. Build quality, it's like, you know, nice materials, like soft touch dash. This is slightly padded, which is nice, because you know, when you lean your elbow here, so like this, look, it's like I'm eating dinner. It's got all the mod cons you need. Essentially you got Android Auto and Bluetooth. I mean, that's perfect, that's all you need. You literally can ignore everything else. The Bluemotion thing probably is a gimmick. Let me see if I can get to it. There we go, Think Blue, what's it to trainer? See, it doesn't know the road ahead, so how does it know it should be in third? I've got a point score here, 87. I don't know if that's any good. Yeah, I don't know what else it does. Think Blue, can I tap that? Oh wow, there's like loads of learning tutorials you can read if you get bored. Yeah, quick little review, hope you enjoyed it. Fully understand why people get these. If I had the money, like it's a lot of money, I would definitely rather have an M3, which is what I got my M3 for the same end as this thing. But if you're looking for a run around and a daily, and you got some cash and you're not that interested in cars, fully understand why people get these. Really nice, comfortable. I could drive this for a long time, no issues. I'm sure it's pretty reliable. Whether it's a Toyota, probably not, but that's fine. Feels nice in here. You know, it is all bland. It's a bit bland, but apart from that, I mean, even that, if that's even a criticism, really, because for just an everyday daily, does it need to be flashy? No. So I think the exterior design's really nice, subdued, but really well done. So yeah, I think there's loads of positives to this, and if you're in the market, definitely would recommend one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you did. Take it easy, guys.